10 minutes. I'm like, why is it not going?
Yeah, so everything got mixed up with the time zone difference. Right now, I'm in Texas right now. So
Okay.
that got messed up, but we'll have everything situated. So
Okay.
everything's growing, right? As we just created this entire platform, it's gonna keep continuing to get better and better.
Yep.
All the courses, scripts, absolutely everything. I'm gonna make it available just for level. And then as
Yep.
people get more and more advanced, we're going to go on to seller finance deals, novations, lease options, you name it.
Okay.
Raising private equity to start buying properties as well as you guys go along to everything, and so on and so forth, and much more. Right.
Okay.
So as far as right now, where are you in your journey? I know you've been, staying really, really active inside the course, and I probably thought you're really trying to just take advantage of the entire opportunity given.
Yep. I probably know about this since for like 3 years now, but I'm just getting serious in like the past 6 months.
Yeah.
And I locked up some other ones, but some fell through because of like EMD, and I didn't have my contracts like completely. I don't know. They just fell through because I was just careless at that time, you know.
Yeah.
So then I got back into it, and I mean things been going good. I've started here in Omaha, Nebraska, and I'm kind of in Pennsylvania too.
Okay.
But right here in Omaha, I'm thinking about doing bandit signs. So I don't know if that's a good idea. So right now I'm doing bandit signs. I'm about to put in an order for them. But
Did you?
I haven't really like, I'm trying to move out. So I'm not on that, nowhere near like closing a deal, like consistently or anything like that. That's
Yeah.
what I'm trying to
No,
get to.
I gotcha. I gotcha.
Yeah.
Did you find me through TikTok?
Yeah. I
So I
follow everybody that's wholesaling. Go through. Yeah.
so I just made a video about bandit signs. I kicked
Okay.
somebody's like down.
Yep.
I thought that would probably get somebody's attention,
Yep.
and because I used to do a lot of,
Yep.
and forever in my life closed a deal from bandit signs. I'm not saying they don't work. They do work, but you have to put out tons and tons of effort and volume. So to
Yep.
actually get sort of results from bandit signs, you got to be putting out hundreds and hundreds and hundreds every day, which is a full
Yeah.
time. And
Yep.
then guess what? The city is going to come by. They're going to take them down, fine you. You're working against the grain here. So we're in
Yep.
2025 now, almost, right?
Yep.
So try to take advantage of our time right now. Not too many people are doing deals off,
Yep.
and it's for a reason because everything has slowed down as far as bandit signs go. So I would really focus on other streams like ads, texts, calls, things of
What
that
do you
nature.
use for SMS? What do you use for
So
that?
I don't do SMS blasts anymore.
Okay.
As you're going to basically scale and grow your operation, you're going to stop doing all the outreach yourself. You're going to start
Okay.
in text message and cold calling. People that haven't been signing up to your data, it's not allowed, right? So you're
Okay.
taking all that stuff. But in the beginning, it doesn't matter because you don't have much to lose, right? So if someone were to sue you because you texted or cold called somebody that wasn't, opted in to receiving these texts and calls, it doesn't matter. Why?
Yep.
Because even if you don't have much for them to go after. But once
Yep.
you start and your operation's actually worth something, you don't want to be getting sued every month or even have the chances of doing that, right?
Yep.
So all is all outsourced. I don't do texts anymore. I used to do that in the beginning. It's just not worth it as far as the risk goes. I do a lot of ads. We do PPL and PPC,
Okay.
right? So later on, once you built up a decent amount of money, you can go ahead and allocate it towards marketing, right?
Okay.
That way you can start building up consistency because now people are reaching out to you, right? And you're building a
Okay.
brand.
Yep.
But in the beginning, I would just dial all into cold call and text, right? And I would
Oh,
niche.
what would you recommend? I've heard like, okay, I had Prop Stream, and then like I had that for a couple months, and I think that's where I got my like most of my leads. And I just got Mojo. I just got in tune with Mojo Dialer, and
Yeah,
I think that's helping a lot than rather copying, go to the True People search. And that
yeah,
was a headache, dude. It was 50 calls a day. I was like, I can't do this.
yeah. So there's a lot of people that are going to be like, oh, uh, you could wholesale with little to no money, but you need some money, bro. You
Yep.
need Like, what is this? You're not gonna expect to make thousands of dollars and spend absolutely nothing. Like, that's a
Yeah,
joke,
I got no problem with. I got a full-time job. I got no problem with dumping 300. You know what I
bro.
mean, to these apps, 100.
It's nothing. At the end of
Yep.
the day, I like people like me that we spend thousands of dollars just on marketing alone. Like,
Yep.
and when people say, "Oh, I'm scared to spend $100 on marketing or something," it's just like, all right, you're a joke. Like,
Yep.
just you know. So I would definitely recommend a dialer. I would never ever cold call like one by one ever, and I would
Yep.
definitely get a list. So whatever you're doing right now, that's awesome. As far as Mojo dialer, I don't care about what dialer. I don't care about where you get your data from. I use
Yep.
PropStream, but anytime that we do have time, we like to go straight to the county. It's gonna be the best data.
Okay.
If there's a website called Data Syndicate, you could pay to get better data as well. But
Okay.
thing is going to be just your resilience.
Yep.
How competitive you can be, because this is all just competitive space. It's just whoever is going to just work harder and smarter is going to go ahead and eat, and then whoever is not, there's not.
Yep.
Because in every given market, there's only so many deals, right?
Yep.
And you want a little bit of that market share. You get
Okay.
what I mean? And you're
Yep.
competing for 5% or 10% of that market share. But if you're lousy and if you're terrible, and if I'm literally right next door and I'm also doing the same thing, if I outwork you, you're never ever gonna eat. I won't let you.
Yep. Yeah, it makes sense. Or yeah, you're going back to back.
Exactly.
Dog eat dog eat world, right? Yeah.
Exactly. So if there's literally two deals in your neighborhood and you guys are fighting for them, the guy that's literally working around the clock, he's gonna get both of them, and you're gonna sit there and
Yep.
nothing, right?
Just
So
watch. Yeah.
you gotta stay super consistent in the beginning. Because in the beginning you have a lot of time, not enough resources. So when that is the
Yep.
case, to go all out and maximize. And then when you have resources, you're not gonna have enough time to allocate. So then you start buying your time back. You just buy leads.
Yep.
You're like, here, I'll go buy a stack of 10 leads. What is it, 2 grand? Here you go. You get what I mean?
Yep.
Like you'll start just paying for them, and then you'll consistently close, because then you'll know, hey, look,
Okay.
out of 15 hot leads, I close one deal. Then that's your KPIs. Okay, go buy 30 leads every single month to close 1 to 2 deals. You see, like,
Yep. Yep.
and it's
Yep.
just in game, instead of you just shooting for the stars, just cold calling relentlessly, right?
Okay.
Um, I know a lot of people that outsource to cold calling, like I have in the past as well. And per cold caller, should probably pay like anywhere between 1,000 to 1,500 bucks per cold caller. And a
Okay.
decent caller, you need to go ahead and have access to their CRM. If they don't want to give it to you, that means that they might be pimping out your caller to other people.
Okay.
1 to 2 leads you should get a day from them, and you should be able to do a deal a month from them.
Yeah.
So just take into consideration cold call. The span of cold call, I believe it's like 7 to 9 months. So just because cold calling didn't work for you the first month, second month, third month, it doesn't matter. You better not give up for at least a year.
Yeah.
So there's turnaround times, right? Pay per click and pay per lead is the fastest turnaround. But the second
I have
longest
some
is
in
get.
my sorry to cut you off. I have some in my CRM from Pennsylvania probate. Pull some
Okay.
probate. And I have my CRM set up. I learned about that probably like a year ago and been had that set up. So now I got like 10 in there and I'm supposed to contact them after the new year. So I got in contact with some of them. You know, some of them have that like emotional attachment to the property. So they're like, no, I'm not ready yet. I'll call you. But I feel so bad still calling. But it's like I got to call. You know what I
So with those people,
mean?
hey, oh, I'll call you. I'll be like, fantastic. I would love the call. When do you think you could possibly reach out to me? When do you think you'd possibly be ready in?
Okay.
And have
Yep.
you something like that or no?
Yeah, they would always be like, "Oh, probably in a couple months." So I'll book it for, say if it was like right now, they said, "Okay, probably in a couple months," then I'll book it for the end of this month to reach out and call again. So for
Yeah.
like, try to keep up like once a month because I looked down one property already and it's already up for sale with the real estate agent. And I'm like, damn, bro, I was too late. You know what I mean? And that's because I
Exactly.
booked it like 2 months out, so I can't do that no more.
What I do is, well, when I call, what I would do is whenever they would tell me, like, let's say if it's a month, for example, I would do
Yeah.
what's happening. I would do half the time. So if it was
Okay.
time that they would want me to wait, I'd do it in
Okay.
15 days. If they want me to
Okay.
wait months for them to for me to call them, I'll do it in a month. Whatever time they say, just chop it in half. Um,
Okay.
and then if they're expecting your call or not, you just say, "Hey, I just want to get in touch with you, see what's going on," and then you
Yeah.
go off from where you left off. Because like someone else can come in that doesn't know them, and
Yeah.
and then they could literally steal everything, like you said with the real
Yeah.
situation.
Yeah.
Probates are awesome. Probates are awesome to go after. Inherited lists are awesome as well. Tires
Yep.
are my favorite.
Yeah,
But
my city, I'm doing Omaha, and they like you have to pay for the list. Right now, I get sent like every first of the or every Monday, like I pay $25 a month, and I get sent pre foreclosures, like
yeah,
going into it, and so you have to pay for it, even through this like county. Even if I go in there, I've been on their tail because I'm hoping they'll just be like, oh, here, you know what I mean, just here. But
yeah,
$25 not bad, but I heard it's always free if you stay on them enough. So
that's awesome. Yeah,
yeah.
bro. Also, so like, how long? You said a few months now. You've been going all out at it.
About yeah, like hard because some things happened. So I was like, I'm not down to work this job. Everybody near me, and then like Omaha, I have no friends, nobody that's into this stuff.
Yeah.
Nobody. They're fine with what they do. Not me. So
No, you
can't do
can't.
it.
You can't be.
Yep.
I live in New Jersey. PA's.
Okay.
If you ever get anything in New Jersey, I could be your end buyer because I do buy. So a little bit
Okay.
about, I started off with wholesale. My long term objection and my goal was to basically go after like multifamily real estate. That's what I always
Okay.
want. This was just a means of making quick cash today. Now
Yep.
I bought 13 units so far. Um,
Okay.
13, 14 months now. And I buy cash properties as well to flip, and then also wholesale. I wholesale nationwide.
Okay.
So
You
anytime
buy single family homes in New Jersey or more like multi-family in New Jersey?
singles and multi.
Both. Okay. You
Yeah,
do. Are you into like Section 8? Anything
I,
like that or?
I love Section 8.
Yep,
Definitely.
that's what I want to move us out, me and my girl and our son, and get out of town, or not out of town, but just to an apartment because some things happen like family. So that's what the number one goal with wholesaling. And then
Yeah,
from there is just build capital and dump it into Kansas City right next because I guess that's landlord friendly.
yeah.
So I wanna, and I live like 3 hours away. So it's an easy drive for me for my first couple of them to stay like, you know what I mean, around it before I just go virtual. So, I wanna build out there first, over in
What
Kansas City. What'd you say?
as far as rentals or wholesale?
With Section 8. I wanna dump money into Section 8 out there from
Oh,
wholesaling. Yeah, I'm trying to build right now with wholesaling, and then after some things change, get into Section 8 out there.
oh yeah, 100%. See, the thing
Yep,
is, like, you're always gonna need it. Wholesaling is an
yep,
avenue of real estate, and you're going to need to source these deals anyways. So even when you
yep,
buy Section 8 rentals yourself, you could either be like the rest of these like Section 8 gurus and just end up paying for them, or you can find
yep.
great deals that you can take all your money back out of the deal and go buy the next.
Okay,
Go buy the next one. That's what I did.
okay.
I've used absolutely no money out of pocket to buy all the properties that I have right now.
Do you use,
Uh,
like, seller finance your, properties, or how do you go about your, like, buying them? I know people don't go through the bank, 'cause I've learned, like, through the bank is, like, 20% down and stuff like that, so
yeah, no, everything I've done is through the banks and
Oh, okay.
through private equity that I've raised. Um,
Okay.
ever like bought a property seller finance, but we have wholesaled them that way. Um,
Okay.
the best thing that I would recommend is just sourcing really great deals. If you can source really great deals, and even when you can go ahead and get fantastic funding, you can get private investors to basically, give you capital to do what you really have to do as far as like purchasing this property goes. So that's
Okay.
done. I find a really hot smoking deal that I could lock up at 40 cents, 50 cents on the dollar that needs, 20, 30 grand worth of work. And I pitch it to investors.
Okay.
Hey, if I have the money, why would you use your own money? Like
Yep.
that can be used towards marketing to go find more deals that you can wholesale. Does
Okay.
that make sense?
Yep.
Right. And then money you use from other people, you're building a track record. So next time you have a deal,
Okay.
you can say, hey, another one. I already did the last one. How'd you like how I did it? And then, you could say if you have extra income allocate it to the side for investment purposes, I have this opportunity. And then
Okay.
they'll be more than willing to jump on the bandwagon. Because think of it this way: if you're buying deals with your own money, how many deals are you going to buy? Even if you had all the deals in the world, you're not going to be able to buy them all. But if
Yep.
you don't have a cap on the money that it takes to buy these deals, you could buy an infinite amount. That's a scalable business now. Does that make sense?
Okay. Yeah. Yep.
So use other people's money to buy. There's private investors, there's hard money lenders, and then you can DSCR everything out at the end, right? So
Okay.
I'm gonna make courses on how to do all of this A to Z, and I'm gonna use live examples of my properties. So
Okay.
you guys get an actual idea, and I'm not just like pulling stuff out of thin air, if that makes sense.
Okay. Yep.
And then as we go along into it, and as people level up and actually use this information and go do something with it, I want to help you guys with live case scenarios on these live calls every single week. Right?
Okay.
Let's say if you have a deal going on, and just like how your last one fell apart, I'm gonna help you not fall apart and take it to the.
Yeah, that's why. Yeah, that's why I joined the cause. I'm like, yeah, I learned from a mistake. So now I gotta join, calls, and I hate joining like people that have like 10,000 people in their course or like calls like this, because questions don't really get answered, and like it's no really kind of one-on-one work. So that's what I was looking for.
Yeah, yeah, 100.
Yep.
Like this is gonna be as fast as I can, and we have an
Yep.
hour, right? So even if
Yep.
there's like people in here, anything that's already answered, I'm not gonna answer it.
Yep.
We already spoke about that. There's a recording Zoom that we already went through on a weekly basis. Check out the first week of January, hypothetically speaking, and they can go
Okay.
all those answers and questions, right? But
Yep.
right now, you've been here since then, since day one, and you have a new question that I haven't answered. We're gonna talk about that first.
Yep.
Okay?
Yep.
And has missed whatever Zoom call, they could always look back in the recordings and look at them.
Okay.
That's how I'm going to do it. I'm going to try to make this as easy and as affordable for absolutely everyone as humanly possible, right?
Yep.
I remember when I first started, and like I paid so much money for courses, and I went into debt, and
Yep.
it's insane. I know that most people can't do that. I was old enough to have that kind of money or access to capital to do that, but most people.
Yep.
I want to help people that can't. And three, I want to be able to buy more deals. I want
Yeah.
my backyard. I wholesale nationwide, but that doesn't
Yep.
buy more deals in my own backyard. So if I can go ahead and help you do everything, and let's say in Oklahoma or Idaho, or people selling deals in Nebraska or something, they're getting commissions of like $5,000 assignment fees or something like that. That's garbage.
Yep.
You can help me find a deal in my market in New Jersey where the spreads are freaking massive. I can help you get a freaking 20, 30K assignment fee. And
Okay.
you don't have to do like 50 of those other deals just to make one of those New Jersey deals happen, right?
Yep. Sorry, it's freezing out here. The whole house is like loud. I'm out here like freezing and cold. Shit.
Uh,
It's fucking cold.
uh,
Sorry.
no, you're good. You're good. So, but yeah, I hope everything I do helps. And please comment in the community.
Yep.
Help more. What you guys would want courses on. Anything you
Okay.
have during the week, just make your own comments and posts. Also,
Okay.
comments and posts you also make, you're gonna be able to
Okay.
much quicker.
Yeah.
Be-
I think a big video. I know about like double closing, but here in Omaha, you have to have like a realtor sign off on the deal, I guess, to like wholesale a deal. But you can legally double close anywhere, which makes it, like you can do it anywhere. So I want to do double closing, but I don't get I've called around title companies to see if they take it from, if I can use the buyer's funding to close it first, and I pay for the in closing, and then have that double closing, that transaction where I use the buyer's end money to pay for the first one. And there's two double closes. So I know one title company here in Omaha that does it, but that's what I'm like, where I'm nervous at. Like, I'm not nervous to talk to the seller no more and sign the contract, none of that. But never double close. So
But when you
that's
do
it.
double close, all it is you buying the property and you going ahead and selling it and
Okay.
later.
Okay.
So you still need
Yeah.
to go ahead and buy it.
Okay.
You get what I'm trying to say? And then there's
Yeah.
actional lenders that will help you do that.
Okay.
Ask for a small fee, right? They'll be like, hey,
Yeah.
you need $100,000 to purchase the property. I'm gonna charge you $5,000 or 10
Yeah.
that. And, as long as you're on the bones to afford him, then double close. I always like
Okay.
double close. That'd be the best case scenario. And have a state that you're dealing with that gives you all those, all those objections to deal with. Why not
Yeah.
just business in a different state that you don't have to deal
Okay.
with? Because the buyers are everywhere, right? Just all it
Yeah.
matters how much money you're making. As long as you're making 10, 15 grand a pop, who cares? Why not just do it in Pennsylvania? Why not do it in another
Okay.
state? You know
Have
what I
you
mean?
never did the where the buyer funds the first part of it, and then there's two double closings in the process where the buyer closes your first half where he doesn't see it, but he know like I don't know how to explain it. I was looking it up, and I think I got it from Zach Ginn. And he's
Mhm.
like, you can use it from the end buyer. If the title company calls and says if it's okay, he'll fund the beginning and then he'll buy. And there's two double closings. So I pay the first closing and then the end closing from me to the end buyer. Then I'll get my proceeds and then he would pay um, the fee and stuff like that. I
So
don't know if
I
you heard of that one or not.
I try to keep things as simple as possible because most title companies, ones that are investor, when they
Okay.
like this happen, they're gonna get red flags thrown up because at the end of the day, they're insuring title insurance to the end buyer, right?
Okay.
Were to happen wrong, the title company's obligated, and they're the ones who go after, like get like sent after everybody's chasing them down. Hey,
Okay.
insurance this happened or that happened. So most title companies are not going to want to do all that kind of stuff. I keep it super simple, and I like to build really strong relationships with these title companies. So whenever I have it,
Okay.
I could go to them. They know I'm reputable, and even if anything were to happen, they'll vouch for you. Does that make sense? I don't know what just happened. So he just left, I think. However, all I was saying is that you want to just completely make your business model as simple as possible. So what that means is not doing all this stuff that's super complicated. And if there's any way that you could possibly avoid doing all this complex stuff, then that's great. You want to make it super, super simple, basic as possible, and you want to be able to make sure that it is a scalable process, right? Think about if you're doing all these double closings and stuff like that, and you need to scale. Are you going to be able to simply teach that to other people? Probably not. Is there more chances of things going wrong and you possibly getting sued during this entire process? Yes, that's a lot likely to happen. So because of that, I would go ahead and say to just like try to stick away from all that stuff. And if you do need to double close, then there's transactional lenders that will literally lend you to close on the entire transaction as long as it is a solid deal. They'll charge you a small fee and you can, off to the races after that. So I really do not like, you know, borrowing money to do that. It's pretty risky in my eyes, unless it's like a no brainer deal and you'd be one to even just buy yourself if it's just that great of a deal. Another thing is with EMD. So with EMD, I only put the EMD down after my inspection period is over. So if my inspection period is still not over, I don't put the EMD down, right? And then I make my EMD non-refundable. So that way my offer is much more stronger than everybody else's. So hopefully that helps. This is recorded. I know a lot of people couldn't make it, so this is gonna be saved and thrown right back onto the course itself. But yeah, until next time, guys. See you guys.